Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. This is episode 4. Last time we got used to Haven, we settled in a little bit, spoke to some companions, and then checked out the War Council, and we're going to continue having a look around this area before we travel to the Hinterlands. Now, just wanted to address something in this episode here is apparently nothing is perfect in this world, and life is unfair, and the 60 frames per second mod can cause some issues. So apparently it was one of the leading causes of some glitches in the first episode, and it can cause a little bit of dialogue to cut off early, which is a little bit irritating, but it hasn't been too invasive, but apparently it can be much more of an issue later. So we have removed the 60 frames per second cutscene mod, so we're going to have to deal with some 30 FPS cutscenes, but I would rather keep everything in sync as a result. That's more important, I think. And just to test that it actually worked in terms of removing that mod, I have also removed the Dragon Age Origins mod. So it's gone back to the original Dragon Age Inquisition font. So it's a good way to test that it's actually working. That's like my way to test if like the mods are working, if they've been taken away or if they've been successfully removed, is a change of font is a good way to identify. So I just wanted to get that out of the way for the start of this episode. That is the major change. Let's summon the War Council, because I believe people have finished their jobs. The Terran of Highever, the report is ready. Commander Cullen, your honor guard was a welcome sight at the Divine's vigil. As a measure of thanks, I am sending Ferelden arms and equipment for your troops. Sincerely, Terran Fergus Kuzland. We've got a Captain Longsword. Lovely. One sword. Report accepted. And then contacting Clan Levellin. Now we went with Liliana for this, so let's see. Dalen. Underan Atishan. It does my heart well to hear that you are safe. Our clan was visited by members of the Inquisition who spoke persuasively of the good work you are doing, as well as the fairness with which our kind have been treated by the Inquisition itself. You know that Clan Levellin has a little by way of gold, but I gave the messengers some of our healing herbs, as Silas blessed us with abundance in our recent foraging. We would be a distraction if we came to the Inquisition itself, our hunters arguing with the humans as they so easily do. Nevertheless, if you need aid, send word and we are with you. Darath Sharal, Keeper Istamathoriel Levellin. Nice. And we got some Blood Lotus. That went down quite well. And then we had Josephine gathering coin. Our efforts bore fruit. A portion of the profits will be passed to you. Use it wisely, Herald. There we go. Lovely. Now, I think we don't have any power, so we can't rescue soldiers missing in Ferelden. We cannot scout the Storm Coast yet, and we will not be investigating that at this time. So I think that's all we can... Oh, actually, no, you can just keep gathering coin if you want. Just keep gathering coin. We'll just keep doing Josephine, because that seems to be her area of expertise, and it's also the shortest time to wait. So I'll probably start each episode with, if possible, with a little a war table thing. Who knows? We've unlocked a codex entry for the Blood Lotus. Yeah. Do not try to get out of this. We were told you were the best. That is why you were contacted. Or contracted, rather. Was it not you who obtained the 200 white blooming rose bushes for the Empress's winter ball last year? The Comtesse has been infinitely patient till now, but she doesn't understand why it is so hard to fill the garden pool. She wants no more excuses, and no, she will not compromise with the Dawn Lotuses. They are white. The flowers have to match the silk canopies. It is crucial. Dark purple, dark red. Do not try to frame this as a safety issue. The guests will be perfectly safe. Why, if they experience any hallucinations from the concentration of lotus essence in the air, I am certain it will only make the evening more thrilling. I don't care if you have to send someone to some Ferelden peat bog to get it all. Just do it. A note from Chamberlain Laurent to Grand Gardener Umbert Vauquelin over the decorations for Comtesse Diani's summer garden party. According to gossip in Valrio, the Chamberlain did succeed in convincing Grand Gardener Vauquelin to provide 420 lotus plants. The party was considered by most to be a roaring success, even though the evening concluded with at least 12 guests asleep on the lawn, 3 in the pool, and 1 lady losing several teeth trying to take a bite out of a marble statue of the Comtesse's father, which she was convinced was made of cake. You wouldn't think a Blood Lotus Codex entry would be entertaining, but alas, this is why we read. This is why we read. We are going to check in with some people out here, Liliana being one of those. Cullen and Cassandra are out this way. We'll see if Varric and Solus have some new dialogue as well. We spoke to Josephine at the end of last episode.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood? To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing? You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
How is this a game?
Do you see the sky? What about the temple ruins? The bones lying in the dust? Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many innocent lives. The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
I don't know about if I'm alone in this, but whenever Holiest of Holies gets mentioned, I fail to keep a straight face. I can't take it seriously because if anyone's seen the movie Year One, it has Jack Black in it. There's a whole Holy of Holies joke, and it's just ruined. Whenever Holiest of Holies comes up, I'm always thinking of that movie. I just can't do it. Just can't take it seriously, Liliana. I'm sorry. Can't speak for Andraste, though.
I speak for no one but myself, and I have no answers for you.
You probably don't even worship the Maker. Lucky. He asks a lot. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
The Christianity similarities are strong.
I'm sorry. Her death has clearly hit you hard.
Not just me. All of us. She was the Divine. She led the faithful. She was their heart. If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the Divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come, to work then. We will speak later.
All right, then.
So it's true. Butler has stand on us. I hope my hunch was wrong.
You knew him well?
Not as well as I thought. Show me the reports. There were so many questions surrounding Farria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice? He's killed Farria, one of my best agents, and knows where the others are. You know what must be done. Make it clean. Painless if you can. We were friends once.
Ooh. Stop Liliana from killing the traitor agent. Traitors deserve to die. Do not interfere at all. This is our first choice-based option here. I don't necessarily want to encourage her to do it. Do traitors deserve to die? What was the reasoning? What was the motivation? What happened? Do we know?
Wait. What are you doing?
He betrayed us. He murdered my agent.
And you'd kill him, just like that.
You find fault with my decision?
If he has knowledge, then he's a resource. Use him.
He's a loose end who could escape and get word to our enemies. Butler's betrayal put our agents in danger. I condemned one man to save dozens. I may not like what I do, but it must be done. I cannot afford the luxury of ideals at a time like this.
Now is precisely the time for ideals.
You feel very strongly about this. Very well. I will think of another way to deal with this man. Apprehend Butler, but see that he lives.
I'm persuasive.
Now, if you're happy, I have more work to do.
I'm a persuasive little elf. Okay, oh, Liliana, get down from there. She's got her... Oh. Liliana's got her little standing platform for her desk. Oh, okay. Whoa! Whoa! Hello. That's the power of Andraste right there. The power of the Maker.
Reports of fade rifts and demons keep coming. The people are terrified, and it's only getting worse. The only thing that will calm their fears now is the hope that someone out there can save them. You have to be that someone. No one else has any power over the rifts. Seal them. Your legend will spread, and Thedas will learn to trust the Inquisition.
Why do you want me to seek out the rebel mages? Why do you care?
I've known mages. Some of them were better people than me. And yet I'm free and they're not. It's not right.
Anything I should know?
I've nothing to report at the moment.
They called you the left hand of the Divine.
That they did? What of it?
What exactly does the left hand of the Divine do?
A divine always has enemies, and Justinia had more than most. I protected her. I watched, had an ear to every door. I identified threats, and I dealt with them.
Why did Justinia have so many enemies?
There were many who felt she was unfit to be divine. She had a past, a worldly life. Unlike many, she wasn't given to the Chantry as a child. She chose it, and somehow that made her unworthy. And because they thought she was unworthy, they wished her harm.
So you were her spy master too?
I handled difficult situations that couldn't be resolved through more delicate means.
Okay.
What is the point of an Inquisition?
Justinia would have started the Inquisition if the Divine Conclave failed to restore peace. She hoped that with enough support, we could challenge the very tenets of the Chantry. She wanted the Chantry to treat the mages fairly. But sometimes I wonder, why stop at mages? The Chantry has committed many injustices. If we're going to change it, why not change the whole thing? It's just a thought. None of this will be possible if we fail.
I'll try not to break anything.
That's good to hear.
I could use the left hand of the Divine at my side out there.
Every agent out in the world is my eyes, my ears, my blade. Wherever my people are, I am also. Coming with you, leaving my post, would blind and bound me. Do you see?
That's fair. We can't always have a reunion of party members.
I'd like to hear about Justinia. What was she like?
A friend. A mentor. Like me, she had secrets, made mistakes. It made her human. I think her followers responded to that.
Was there something more than friendship between you?
You're asking if we were lovers? Typical. I was devoted to her, therefore it must be romantic. Love is common. Love is simple. My bond with Justinia was something greater. She was a sister, a mother, a teacher. So to answer your question, yes, it was more than friendship.
I think what's really interesting about that is her answer's good. But what's really funny is we didn't ask Liliana if there was a sexual or a romantic more than friendship. We were like, was there something more than friendship, which could translate to, you know, was she like a mother to you? Was she like a teacher to you? Like, we could have meant it that way, but she interpreted it as us asking if it had to have a romantic implication. It's kind of interesting how people can take questions in a certain way, because it's like, I think the usual context in which to take was it more than friends is to take it in the sexual way. But it's funny that at the end she goes, to answer your questions, yes, it was more than a friendship. I'm like, cool, what if that's how I meant it? I love communication, and it's just so fun. Comprehension of communication is the tricky part, however.
How did you and Justinia meet?
I met her a long time ago, before she became divine. Before she was Justinia. When I met her, she was Mother Dorothea. I was at my lowest. Broken, lost. And she saved me. No, wait. She hates it when I say that. I saved myself. She just showed me it was possible.
Nice.
We'll talk more later.
I wish that the dialogue that wasn't in a cutscene was louder. It's like noticeably quieter, unfortunately. And something that I've also come to realize is our lovely elven main character is the voice of Trainer from Mass Effect 3. One of my patrons told me that today. Was like, oh yeah, by the way, this voice actress, and I'm like, oh, now that you've said that, I hear it so clearly. It's just been a while since Mass Effect 3, so I kind of like that, because I liked Trainer in Mass Effect 3, and she has a nice voice, so that's why I was enjoying our elven lead's voice, which is nice.
Need something?
It's just kind of the same stuff again.
I want to know more about Red Lyrium.
I'll tell you what I can.
Nothing. Alright, no updates with Varric, which means probably no updates with Solas as well. Oh yeah, which, by the way, this is a very delayed reaction. The hilarity of being like, oh, I'm going to name my character Mapolas after Legolas because elvish name, and then having a goddamn elven mage in my party called Solas, and it's just Mapolas and Solas now because elven names. I like that it's fitting and that BioWare has reaffirmed my Tolkien elven name with another elven name of the same sort of ending, and I found that so funny. Happy accidents. We're just long lost elven twins with the same first name instead of the same last name. So let's leave. Let's leave this place and go find Cassandra and Cullen.
Though the darkness comes upon me.
Okay, so they're all chilling in the training grounds. There's just so many of them. It's just like this free-for-all. It's kind of hilarious. Like, look how close this dude is to getting, like, whacked in the face with a stray blade. Like, he's gonna lose an eye. There's not enough distancing in this arrangement. I feel like I can't even walk through here without catching a blow. Oh my god. I'm gonna get hit. Everyone, look at these guys are trying to have their main character moments. They're taking serious blows at each other. Wow, they're actually super in sync. Look at these two. They've got it down to a beautiful dance. That's crazy. Cullen, aren't you afraid? This is probably where Cassandra got her face scar in between games, dude. Oh my god.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
We've received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
Just strolling through Blades. So there's a war zone out there. Like trying to have a conversation. Ah! Like, oh my god.
At least I got everyone's attention.
That you did. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
True.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
Okay.
I must have this mark for a reason. It will work. I'm sure of it.
Provided we can secure aid, but I'm confident we can. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
Oh. Interesting. We can flirt with non-companions, unless this guy will be a companion at some point, and he'll join our party. But he's also around the table. Does that mean we can flirt with either Liliana or Josephine as well? I wasn't able to flirt with Josephine, I don't think, when we spoke to her last time, but we can flirt with Cullen. No! No, I don't think a mage ex-Templar romance needs to blossom here. I've never thought of Cullen in a romantic environment, and I'm not about to now. Not while I'm about to catch a sword across the face. Like, this isn't a very romantic place to flirt, Cullen.
You've given this a lot of thought.
I know what happens when order is lost, and action comes too late. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Ryden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
That's his exit, okay. I will say that he's got a significant outfit upgrade, and the way he does put both his hands on his sword hilt oozes sex appeal. But it's just not for me, not in this universe. He knows that he's got a glow up from Dragon Age 2 to Inquisition. Like, he's fully aware of the fact that he has received a glow up. Why isn't Cassandra fighting against a real person like everyone else? She has to go against the T-posing mannequin. And they're cowardly at that, attacking them in the back, not even attacking the mannequin in the front. Absolute coward. I love that it just doesn't respond to the blows too. Like, this looks very serious. And I love how they're programmed to not stop if I get in the way. Because they're all just, I guess, scripted to be fighting for eternity. Alright, let's talk to Cassandra. You got a minute, gal? You know, want it heart to heart? Get it out, baby. Ugh. You know what? Actually, that's maybe why she's on the mannequin, because she's not good at sparring with people. That's why she's got the face scar. I can flirt with her. Everybody calm down. Calm down. We can flirt with Cassandra. Okay.
You're kind of a force of nature, aren't you?
When I need to be.
It's impressive.
You flatter me.
I'm trying.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madwoman, a fool, and they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm. Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can. After that, we find out who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have done, I pay them.
It's the worst fucking camera angle of all
I
time.
only pray the price is not too high.
What is that?
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I? My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
Enemies to lovers arc. Let's go. Enemies to lovers. I love how obsessed she is with looking cool, because she's like, she can't have a normal conversation with us. She needs to be like beating the fuck out of a training dummy while we have a conversation.
Can't say I'm not grateful to hear that.
I can be harsh, I know. You've said you don't believe you're chosen. Does that mean you also don't believe in the Maker?
True. That's the thing, because it's like I'm elvish, so this whole sort of thing is weird in general, because it's like, how can I be the Herald of Andraste when you threw a Dalish elf into the mix?
I'm Dalish. I believe in our own gods.
And there's no room among your gods for one more? I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
It could simply be the fact that everyone's different god is the same god, because we never know, do we? You never know. We're left in that constant state of, we will talk to Cullen some more as well, because I'm sure he's got some optional dialogue like we're about to get out of Cassandra too.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
Where are you? Okay, there we go. Oh, it's the mannequin. It's the stupid fucking training dummy. Yeah, there's just, I feel like there's something coming between us, Cassandra, and it's this stupid sack of fucking cloth. Alright, let me see. What's a good angle for this conversation? This one, I guess. Make something up.
I thought you knew that.
I suppose I could ask Liliana. She has collected a frightening amount of information on you. But I don't want to ask her. I want to hear it from you.
My clan never stayed in one place for long, though we primarily roamed the free marches.
Oh? I didn't think your people roamed that far north. But clearly I'm mistaken. I'm told some members of your clan might still be alive. Do you intend to go back?
I don't know. I'm gonna go with the cop-out answer. This, yeah, I like this one.
Wherever I am is home enough for me.
That's how I feel now, after years of tending to business for the Divine.
I relate to that.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Everybody stay calm. It's kind of annoying sometimes when the flirting option is good, but there's also some other options that I want to choose. I wish you could, like, choose one of these options, but also have it go the flirt direction.
Is there any harm in us becoming a little closer?
Plenty.
Is that right?
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lady.
78th in line. Also, I think this is the first time, at least I may be wrong, maybe I might be forgetting something, but this feels like the first time I've pursued a flirting option in Dragon Age, and it has been met with disapproval, I think. Like, we might have had advances rejected before, but I think this is the first time outside of Morrigan, because Morrigan's an exception to the rule, because she's exceptionally difficult. You just say hello and you lose 20 approval with her. So I think outside of that, I don't think there's ever been a situation where I've pursued the flirt and it's been, like, disapproved. Damn, okay. Okay. She's a tough nut to crack. She's closeted. That's okay. She's closeted. We'll work on that one. Or maybe I'll have to take my sights elsewhere. That's okay, Cassandra. Maybe it's just not meant to be. 78th in line.
Navarra's royal family.
The Pentecosts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentecosts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
Damn. 78th in line. Well, she's addressing the royalty subject, but she hates to rely on it. She hates to even acknowledge it.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentecosts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
Anthony Pentecost, okay?
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
I'm glad that Cassandra's having a proper conversation with us without swinging a sword during it, so that's nice.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a Mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Mortalitasi, like like worked in a morgue?
Your uncle was a Mortalitasi?
A death mage. He still is.
Oh.
My countrymen do not burn the dead. They bury them in special crypts. The Mortalitasi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the Grand Necropolis. Nevarans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
You know what I love about Dragon Age is they can just ever so casually like drop this amazing piece of like lore information that just sounds so cool that you've never heard before. Like, oh yeah, the death mages. They're alright, I guess. And I'm like, what the hell? That sounds so cool. What the fuck?
So you are the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
Your right hand comes off?
But what does a right hand do, exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You thought she could really change things?
Justinian knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
So, what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that? It was, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
I'm sure you're just being modest.
I was there. I think I know what happened. To hear others tell it, I alone saved Divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart. And there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral. But I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
I now have to really think about this, right? Because I could be like, ooh, you know, praise her for her efforts. But now I have to think about the fact that she might actually disapprove. Which is very interesting, because now there's weight to this. It's like you want to pursue options, and I kind of like the depth to it, because like flirting or trying to be like on that level with someone all the time doesn't always yield positive outcomes in real life. Like, people have to be in the mood for that, and sometimes you're going to end up annoying them. So I kind of like that there is that moment to... There's an added level of depth here to think about how the character's actually going to respond. It's not just an automatic positive thing. They could be like, no, I do not wish for this. So you have to think about it on that level as well as just going, oh yeah, we'll just try and do this to get romance points, you know? Because then you look at this and you're like, it doesn't feel like this is an appropriate moment to flirt, you know? Because it's distracting from the issue of how, you know, she's lost herself in this story and there are people that are not even acknowledged for it, and then you just chime in and be like, oh, you know? I'm gonna hold back. I'm gonna hold back. And in typical me fashion, This is probably a flirt option that has no negative consequences, but every time I make a decision, the opposite happens because I am cursed.
What happened to the mages that helped you?
They went back to their circles, with rewards and privileges and most holy's gratitude. Many of them died at the conclave.
Oh, I can still do it. Well, see, now I'm curious. Alright, we're going to satisfy our curiosity. Let's see if it has a negative outcome. Because these are all still kind of the same, except for this. So,
You're delightful. You know that.
I'm cursed.
No, I do not know that. I object. There is nothing delightful about me.
I beg to differ.
I think I preferred you in the stocks.
See, I'm cursed. I'm overanalyzing and going, man, she's probably going to disapprove of this if I say this. Oh my god. And then I say it and it was fine. I'm cursed. Every time I think something happens one way, it's the opposite. And then when I decide to switch up and I just go, let's just do the opposite of what I would do, it's still the opposite outcome. It's Murphy's Law of Decision Making in a choice-based RPG. It's horrible.
I'll let you get back to work.
All right, well, I'll be fine with that because we got 2 approvals, 1 disapproval, so there was a balance in there. Lovely. And we got some lore to read from that. The Pentaghasts. I wish there was some background musical ambiance when you're in a pause screen, you know? I'm alone with my thoughts in here, it's terrible. The Pentaghasts. Allow me to correct you on one important point, my friend. The Pentaghasts are Navarra. Without us, this nation would either still be one of the motley city-states that comprise the Free Marches or under Orlesian control. More likely the latter, as only Navarra's strength holds back the Empire's expansion. And by that, I refer to the brilliance of Pentaghast generals and the influence of Pentaghast coin. I find it interesting that you mentioned dragon hunting as our only significant trait. You do understand, I hope, that dragons disappeared centuries ago, only recently returning at the beginning of this age. Some of our clan have taken up the old trade out of nostalgia, my cousin Ferdinand the most prominent among them, but those days are largely done. Today, there are 14 branches of the family, 18 if one counts our relations among the Van Markhams, each consisting of multiple families and twisting bloodlines connecting us to almost every major house across Thedas. I am fully aware that King Marcus wanes in health, and neither he nor Ferdinand have children. But make no mistake, there will be another Pentaghast sitting on the Navarran throne, and that man or woman will lead us into a prosperous future. There will be no civil war. From a letter by Baroness Alaya Pentaghast in the 38th year of the Dragon Age. The seekers of truth, disciplined severely, without question. Even the Knight Commander bows to their will. If a seeker of truth shows up, you know every last Templar is sweating, hoping their gaze doesn't fall on him. Of course, that changed when the Navarran Accord was broken. I'm told the Chantry broke it, but it was Lord Seeker Lambert who made the announcement. He said the Seekers of Truth and Templar Order were going to hunt rebel mages, no matter what the Divine commanded. I didn't know he had that authority, that he could just say we would do this and everyone would follow, but we did. I never thought of it that way, but the Seekers have always been our guides. Now they've led us into war. From a letter written by Sir Jonathan Perry in the 40th year of the Dragon Age. Cool. Alright, that's history. Or groups, I should say. And places. Navarra. Trouble. The whole country is filled with artistry, from the statues of heroes that litter the streets and even the meanest villages, to the glittering golden college of Magi in Cumberland. Perhaps nowhere is more astonishing than the vast necropolis outside Navarra City. Unlike most other followers of Andraste, the Navarrans do not burn their dead. Instead, they carefully preserve the bodies and seal them in elaborate tombs. Some of the wealthiest Navarrans begin construction of their own tombs while quite young, and these become incredible palaces, complete with gardens, bathhouses, and ballrooms, utterly silent, kept only for the dead. I love the Egyptian sort of appearance of that, for lack of a better word. Look, Egyptian vibes. I didn't have the proper descriptive terminology for that, so we're just going to go with Egyptian vibes, bro. Navarra's cool, and again, Dragon Age continues to just drop some great codex pieces on you, and you read this and you're like, oh my god, I want to go there. There's always just cool stuff, right? They're always just dropping cool locations on you. Like, we haven't been able to go to Orlais, and we've heard so much about it. And then they're like, let's talk about Navarra and like this cool necropolis. And I'm like, I just want to see it. Stuff like that. That's really awesome. Let's go talk to Cullen again. Hello there, sir. Let me line up for a good little, I'll line up for a good conversation angle. What if I talk to you like this?
Did you need something?
Yeah, it's good enough. It's kind of, it's never looks right.
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
If you need insight into what the Order is doing now, I'm afraid I can't offer more than you already know. Anything else, I will answer as best I can.
Oh my god, okay.
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Thedas. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Did you enjoy your training?
I wanted to learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
You were a model student.
I wanted to be. I wasn't always successful. Watching a candle burn down while reciting the Chant of Transfigurations wasn't the most exciting task. I admit, my mind sometimes wandered.
Do Templars take vows? I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages. That sort of thing.
There's a vigil first. You're meant to be at peace during that time, but your life is about to change. When it's over, you give yourself to a life of service. That's when you're given a filter, your first draft of Lyrium and its power. As Templars, we are not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
Are you a virgin, man? You ever pipe down an elf woman deep in the woods sometime? Because we could change that. We could make that happen. You're no longer a Templar, right? Yeah, we're going to avoid that one.
Before coming here, my keeper suggested I avoid Templars. Do they do anything besides hunt mages?
Templars protect against the dangers of magic. Before the Order left the Chantry, that meant serving in a circle. They were also tasked with tracking apostates or fighting demons inevitably summoned by the weak or malicious.
What do you think of mages? Are they all a threat?
I've seen the suffering magic can inflict. I've treated mages with distrust because of it, at times without cause. That was unworthy of me. I will try not to do so here. Not that I want mages moving through our base completely unchecked. We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from possession at the least.
Cullen's had some amazing character development, but it seems to be between games. You know, we get to just see him in a different point in time now and just go, okay, sure.
Why did you join the Order?
I could think of no better calling than to protect those in need. I used to beg the Templars at our local chantry to teach me. At first, they merely humored me. I must have shown promise, or at least a willingness to learn. The Knight Captain spoke to my parents on my behalf. They agreed to send me for training. I was 13 when I left home.
13? That's still so young.
I wasn't the youngest there. Some children are promised to the Order at infancy. Still, I didn't take on full responsibilities until I was 18. The Order sees you trained and educated first.
What about your family? Did you miss them?
Of course, but there were many my age who felt the same. We learned to look out for one another.
You've lived in the Circle. What was a typical day for a Templar there?
Typical. The last time I was in a circle was right before it fell apart. Nothing was typical.
Before that, then?
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's harrowing, for instance. I've attended a few. Most of the time, you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or in the circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching you just as closely.
Do Templars and mages never speak to each other?
Some do. but Templars are supposed to maintain a certain distance from their charges. If a mage is possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded. Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
Is that a nug?
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Another time, then.
Yes, thank you, Cullen. I'm distracted. I think there's a nug over here. Look at it. Oh my god, I can attack it. There's a nug. Get it.
Die!
So aggressive. Die! Oh no. Oh my god. And off it goes. Oh my god. Can you imagine just I'm in a conversation with Cullen and we're talking and I'm going, one moment. Die! Sorry, just saw a nug. Had to go and kill it. Anyway, you were saying, sir.
Yes?
Why not?
So, anyway, now that that business is out of the way, why did the Templars leave?
Why would Templars break away from the Chantry?
The Order believes the Chantry no longer supports their efforts. Not to the extent they should.
What do you think of the people you work with?
What do you mean?
Is there a floating shield in there? Oh, there is. If I put my camera in a specific angle, the weapons float. That's good.
What do you think of our ambassador?
We have little in common. How she delights in meeting with nobles all day is beyond me. But I enjoy working with her.
Okay.
How do you like working with Liliana?
The Inquisition would not exist without her. I may not always agree with her methods, but she's more passionate about our cause than anyone. Cassandra may have declared the Inquisition publicly, but Liliana is just as responsible for its formation.
Are you satisfied with the Inquisition's forces?
Our numbers are small, but they suit our needs for the time being. Some Templars have joined us instead of following the Order. They've proven invaluable in training new recruits.
I should let you get back to work.
Alright, there's definitely more to get in dialogue with certain characters. There seems to be a lot to dive into. I think we'll take a break from the dialogue for a little bit, and we'll head out in the direction of getting these bad boys. And then maybe we'll travel to the Hinterlands. I think there's definitely just that part of me that doesn't want to progress to a point in the story where then their dialogue will change into something else and you can miss out on some crucial information. I think that's my core reason for deep diving into what they've got to say now, you know? Which seems fair, right? Alright, let's head down the road. Okay, I'm assuming these notes are going to be in... Oh, okay. I'm assuming these notes are going to be in the house.
There must be something here.
There must be something here. Hello? Okay, so when there's something that's important that comes up under the search, it makes a different sound. Oh, it even pings you in the direction. How cool is that? Okay. That's nice. Oh, and then you have to get right up to it to even examine it. Okay. Got it. Well, that was easy. There's so much out here in the world, but it's all just elf fruit. I'm gonna need it for potions anyway. Nice. So I'll try and pick up what I can when I can. Oh my, oh god, there's so much, dude. Oh no. Alright, well at least it's not there's barely any to find and it's annoying. I'd rather have there be an abundance so I don't really have to worry about it so much, because crafting is a plague in modern video games. It's everywhere and it's not always the greatest thing ever. Sometimes it's more tedious, so I hope that this is more of a fun crafting system. It seems like it has some cool potential. I'm just happy for there to be a little bit more depth than Dragon Age 2 in certain regards. So it should be fun to experiment with a little bit, make our own gear. Requisition for weapons. Alright, let's have a look. We need to find a logging site, right? I found a logging site. It'd be very interesting to, I guess, have armor and stuff for our characters again, instead of just our main character. That'll be a whole different thing to think about too. Put my flag down. I claim this logging stand for the Inquisition. Oh my god, it's so extra. This is mine. All right, we can go and fill the requisition now. Very impactful. Guess I'll mosey on back.
Master Harry said that without more ore,
Inquisition weapons. Alright, let's have a look. Required 1 logging stand and 5 iron. Alright, I've got +1 power now. Okay, so side quests give us the power
Tell Master Harry that
for the war
doesn't grow
table
on trees.
or the war room.
yes, Mom. I think he knows.
Okay, that's cool.
He talked about how we have to dig it up.
Power +1. And then level up. Let's do this notes.
Yes, sir. With say,
You're back.
Get out of
In
here.
one piece.
He's like in the middle of talking to him. Get out of here.
You said you thought Master Tajan was working on something special. If it helps, I found his notes.
The old codger was on the edge of a breakthrough here, but he couldn't see it. You want some of these mixed up? You just give the word.
All right, thanks, mate.
Farewell.
Ooh, lyrium potion recipe. A lyrium potion recipe. How do we make it? Is it a tonic? Oh no, it'll be the third potion. 18 elf fruit, 1 black lotus. Okay. Oh, the slot's locked. Well, I guess instead of regeneration, we should go for lyrium, because with regen and healing kind of do the same thing. What happens though if you well, because now that I've taken it away. Okay, good. I was like, does that go back to 0 out of 5? It doesn't. That's nice. Cool. So now I can switch them and they'll both be 5 out of 5. Cool. Imagine if it reset every time. No, that would be annoying. Alright, we've got a health potion and a lyrium potion instead of having 2 different versions of a healing potion. That's good. And now we've got stuff that we can do in the war room because people are done with their missions, which is nice. And then I think we can travel out to the Hinterlands. So let's check the war room. See what everyone's done.
Researcher Minave wishes to verify that the infections have increased.
Alright, let's check our board. Let's check our mobile game board.
My scouts still comb the hills for clues about the explosion. I'll take what I can find.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get some more gold. And I'm gonna do it again. I guess we're just gonna keep coming in here.
Let us begin.
And just have Josephine gather gold for us. And then once we've got... I'm assuming that'll be next. Once we've got 4 power, we can scout the Storm Coast. Alright, meeting adjourned. Thanks, Josephine. Get us some money, please. Lost souls. Inquisition soldiers are missing in the uncharted marches of southern Ferelden. Okay. let's do the threat remains. So we'll travel to the Hinterlands.
Only the word.
And we'll speak with Mother Giselle. Now, I'm assuming if I go world map and then I can like... Alright, so we go to the Hinterlands. Seeing red. Varric saw enough red lyrium in Kirkwall for one lifetime. Now it's everywhere, and the worst of it sings like the shard that drove his brother mad. Varric would take no small pleasure in destroying those. Locate and destroy primeval red lyrium. So this was because we spoke to him about the red lyrium and this quest popped up. So I like that there is a sort of, when you click on one of these, I guess, if there's quests in that location, it'll remind you of it. Varric would take no small pleasure in destroying those. Locate and destroy red lyrium nodes. Alright, travel. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, we take all of them, don't we? For some reason I thought I could only choose two. I'm like, which one of these two do I pick? I can have all of you. I don't have to choose. I'll take everyone, please. Loading screen also gives you codex entries. That's cool. It's too much to read for small loading time, though. Okay, so this is the Hinterlands.
Herald of Andraste. I've heard the stories. Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach. It's odd for a Dalish elf to care what happens to anyone else, but you'll get no backtalk here. That's a promise. Inquisition Scout Harding, at your service. All of us here, will do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to Kirkwall's Hightown?
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never mind.
Ugh.
Hard in Hightown. Get it? Oh my god. Funny, Varric.
I'm starting to worry about these stories that everyone's heard.
Oh, there's nothing to worry about. They only say you're the last great hope for Thetis.
Oh, wonderful.
The Hinterlands are as good a place as any to start fixing things. We came to secure horses from Redcliffe's old horsemaster. I grew up here, and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage Templar fighting getting worse, we couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees and the wounded. Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going. No time to lose.
Will I get my own horse? Like, after this, do we meet a horse master and he's like, here, you can have your own personal horse? We have a mount? Can we do that? Or is it just like, here's horses for cutscene people and not you? I want horses for myself. I want a mount. Let's level up our team before we proceed. Do more damage to enemies that are only lightly injured. Yes. Oh, I've got more points to spend actually. Hold on. Long shot now rips through every enemy along its path and even more damage at greater ranges. 900%. 900%. Jesus. Okay. Relax, will you? That's a lot. 900%. All right. Sabotage and subterfuge. So he's got stealth. And sabotage. I might focus on the traps, maybe. The worst mistake your enemies can make is to let you see them flinch. When you score a critical hit, you regen stamina. Caltrops. Is there like one where you coat your weapons in a deadly toxin? I'm assuming that would also apply to crossbow bolts. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, do a bit of that, Varric. That's fine, and then that's all ticked, so he'll actually do that stuff. Cool. Cassandra, you've got 2 points to spend. Yeah, let's put points in two-handed. That makes sense. Gaining stamina when you lose health. Perfect. Shield ball, payback strike. Turn the bolt. Ranged attacks from the front. Techniques perfected by Orlesian Chevaliers. You can't be flanked and less likely to be staggered. Yes. Yes. Okay. And then Solas. That's so funny to see now. Fucking Solas and Mapolas. God damn it. Stupid. Alright. You are a cold boy and a spirit boy, so 2 points. Barrier explodes into wild magic when enemies destroy it, and it freezes nearby enemies. That is awesome. Standing still, you enter into a meditative state that restores your mana at an enhanced rate. And +3 willpower on unlock. I'm gonna get those two. I'm liking these abilities. Alright, everyone is leveled. I like that when you travel to a new location... Oh god, what are you doing over there, bud? Struggling to climb over that tree. I like that when you travel to a new location, you've got like a full like potion refill, requisitions, change your party. Like there's like an actual like party camp that you're in. That's cool. I like that a lot. So you can refill before you're out. Instead of, you know, if you've accidentally forgot it at Haven or something, you're screwed. Or you have to go back. And we can rest as well. Okay. Let's take a look. Oh my god, okay. We can... all the red lyrium is marked on the map. That's nice. There's the Master of Horses. Establish camps to hold the hinterlands. Okay, so you can establish other camps. Active fade risks have been spotted on the outskirts. Redcliffe. Oh my god, we're near Redcliffe. This is so cool to be back in Ferelden. This is so cool. After being in Kirkwall for so long in Dragon Age 2, to come back to this place like a decade later now. This is really awesome. And can I just say that this game is beautiful too. Like, such a jump. And the art direction in Origins and Dragon Age 2, both really, really good. But it's like, you can obviously feel the generational leap here. It's amazing.
This might interest you, sir.
This might interest you, sir.
What is it?
You may want to look into this.
Okay. So... field tents. Okay. That's fine. I think what's really funny is there's a lot of characters that have like this default standing pose that makes them look really awkward when they're in a suit of armor because their arms are just so like straight on their side. It's kind of funny. Oh, there's so many just people standing around. No dialogue. We got our scouts. We got our warriors. There are 29 regions in the game. Codex unlocked Ferelden after the Blight. I'll probably pick up a few Codex entries along the way, so we'll do a bulk reading session in a bit. I want to explore first. Let's see what this is. There's an exclamation mark over here somewhere. And, oh, it's a bit of a drop. There you go, I found it. I've got to go around a different way. Am I going to regret this passageway? Maybe. Watch your step, everyone. Ah! How do they come down? Where are they? Are they going the long way? Boring. I thought they would drop down with me. Where am I? Oh, never mind. They're with me. Wanted to see them drop down. Sketch of Callanhad's Foothold. Okay. What does that mean? Have we got like little treasure things? I guess that would be in places. Alright, well now I've got to read this because I've picked it up. It said Codex entry unlocked for the sketch, I think. Ferelden after the Blight. One need only stroll through Denerim Market to appreciate Ferelden's resilience. You would be hard-pressed to believe that Darkspawn ravaged the city within our lifetime. Scars remain for the people who lived through it, but life moves forward. Now children play in the streets, children for whom the Blight is a story their parents tell. I once heard a small boy ask what a Darkspawn was. To him, it was only a word he learned from the older youths. We teach that a learned child is a blessing upon his parents and unto the Maker. Andraste forgive me, but I felt joy at his smiling ignorance. It is thus a wonder Queen Honora would risk the stability she has worked so hard to maintain. Despite the events at Kirkwall, Ferelden continues to offer refuge to the rebel mages, which will only bring trouble to our doorsteps. It already has. Rumors among the merchants suggest that Starkhaven places sanctions on trade as a sign of protest. One hears of conflict in the hinterlands between Templars and mages. Mother Diana says I am to accompany her to the Conclave in Haven. She says to have faith in divine Justinia, and that whatever comes, we shall see the Maker's will done. I think of those smiling children who have not grown up with death and fear, and I pray it is so. A letter from Sister Kira of the Denerim Chantry to her sister in the Free Marches. Cool. It'd be cool if I could mark certain codex entries as mark it as unread, so if I accidentally click on it and come back to read it later, I just know that now that I've clicked on it, I'll forget about it, so I have to read it. There's only a codex entry for creatures. Yes, archers, terrible creatures, them. To fight an enemy with a bow or crossbow is simple, although not always easy. A guard with a crossbow must crank his weapon after each shot. If there is only one such enemy, seek cover and give him cause to waste his shot, and then close upon him before he may fire again. If there are many, close to their flanks so you face one guard directly, using him as a second shield, and no other guard has a clean shot at your unprotected back. Do not move to the middle of their ranks and rely upon them hesitating to risk hitting one another. A soldier with a short bow is a little more dangerous. Attack him as you would an enemy with a crossbow, but accept he will likely fire again. Approach with your shield up, even if you must sacrifice speed. Few soldiers are true masters of the bow. Those who do not fumble their draw in fear will fire a shot quickly, so it is more likely to glance off your armor or shield than punch through. Few soldiers have the skill or strength to make good use of a longbow. Respect those who do. Against such an enemy, cover is the only defense. Move quickly across his field of vision, forcing him to compensate for your movement. Do not charge directly unless your allies can distract him. A fully drawn longbow can drive an arrow through a chevalier's plate at 100 yards. A fight between an archer and a chevalier is a test of cunning versus patience. We are too often patient, heavily armored as we are, and faced with lightly armored foes who would harass us. While archers frustrate me as they do most chevaliers, it is good that we fight them, so we remember how to be cunning, how to break an opponent's patience. An excerpt from A Meditation upon the Use of Blades by Swordmaster Massac de Jeanmin, required reading at the Académie des Chevaliers. A lovely pronunciation as always. From me, I really like the image being like a snake as like the arrow that is loosened. That's really cool. It's like a snake's bite. The Nug. Archdemons leave nugs all over, and the poor things don't seem built for anywhere. I mean, they feed on anything, but they blister in the desert and freeze in the snow, and they're easier to track than your own ass. Everything eats them, except me. The hands put me off. Yet they thrive. Randy bastards outpace every tooth and claw. Anyway, my point is, the ones around the farm are so inbred, they're 5 colors and can't stop peeing. I'm selling them in the capital as elusive eastern bunny pigs. What did father say about idiots with deep pockets? Excerpt from the private letter of Captain Byrne, lapnug dealer, produced in evidence after 7 claims of water terrors and death following bites in the Garden District. I love the stories that can come with this. It's just like the Gizka in Knights of the Old Republic, but we've got nugs. I swear that the game said I had a... Oh, I do. Right, it doesn't show as new because I already looked at it. Duh, that's silly of me. Alright, so it's in maps. Sketch of Calenhad's Foothold. So I guess we've got treasure maps now? That's fun. Oh man, this game is a lot more open. It's feeling a lot more open than Dragon Age 2. And I've only just started. I'm like, look at this area that I can run around in. And this is just going to be one area. Well, we'll take it slow so we don't get completely overwhelmed. Try our best, shall we? Mess them up. I probably won't end up using the tactical as much, but I mean, we'll see how things go later into the game. Maybe when we go up against some big boys. Prepare for the next wave. Damn it! I was gonna try and disrupt them. It did not work. Why are you all spread out, guys? Oops. I meant to cancel it, but I accidentally activated it. Oh, I think if you activate it and it doesn't hit an enemy, it just automatically refreshes for you. That's nice. How nice of the game.
I'm falling back!
Oh no, apparently I can just keep casting it. Ah, oh, now it's on a cooldown. That's weird. I was able to activate it like multiple times. Close it!
Solas, have you always lived alone? Out in the wilderness as an apostate?
For the most part.
Would that not be incredibly trying?
People can be trying. Mankind most of all.
That is an excellent point.
Nice. I got more power again. So that's cool. The unfortunate result of audio balancing is turn the sound effects all the way down because the battles are so loud, but you just want the dialogue to be the loudest thing ever. Honestly, if I could just set dialogue to be 200% in audio settings for every game, I'd be a happy man. I don't know what it is about every single video game ever not making dialogue the loudest thing. It's like the most important thing.
Templar bastards killed my husband and stole the ring from his finger. They deserve to die.
I've automatically gone into dialogue with this person. I haven't even clicked on this person yet. That's kind of cool.
You're saying the Templars attacked your husband?
Aye. He was digging out a stump. The fools couldn't tell a shovel from a mage's staff. Had to be safe, they said. Rebels everywhere attacking by surprise, sick bastards. They took the ring I gave him on our wedding day in case it was magic.
Farewell.
Farewell.
We're the Templars. They don't care who they kill anymore.
Yeah, that's weird. There you go. So I can go into actual proper conversation.
Farewell.
Or you can have conversation take place while you're, That's weird. Alright, we're gonna go find a ring. The Herald of Andraste has lots of work to do. And I keep forgetting that, our health doesn't regen automatically anymore. Outside of combat, I'm gonna have to get used to that one. Your spells burn away ambient magic that would otherwise slow down your casting. Every spell you cast shortens cooldown times by 1 second. Mastered the summoning of fire, increasing your effectiveness when panicking or burning enemies. Sure. Focus on being a fiery lass. You gain health when you attack enemies with poisoned weapons active, and your poison helps your blades and arrows bite deeper. More damage, yes. Yes. Cassandra, you can have... I think she's automatically got, like... Hang on. She's got Taunt. Vanguard is where we've got this stuff, right? Warcry, Charging Ball, Challenge. taunting a targeting enemy. You can challenge as many enemies as you want with no cooldown. Increase your stamina regen per second. Hitting a target with challenge. Taunt all nearby enemies with a shouted challenge. Extra guard for each enemy. Draw strength, improving your armor, and Warcry echoes across the battlefield, catching more enemies. Didn't Warcry used to be like one that buffs your companions? Livid. Let's do that. And Solas. Learn to cast Barrier with a more stable magical pattern. Cooldown time reduction, and it holds its full strength for longer. Let's make it stronger. Cool. Like I said, guys, this is like brand new territory, so we will be taking our time. We're just going to kind of walk around and explore and get our footing. We'll get used to being out in the open, and we'll see how we go. So we'll check out these little side quests that have popped up. Oh god, I'm being randomly attacked. This person's brave. I'll continue to monitor sort of like what happens in terms of how many quests start coming through, and we'll try and juggle, you know? We'll try and juggle. Just to make sure we're not getting too inundated with random requests in the realm, but I want to try to do as much as possible.
It must have been some time since the Renegade Templars faced a mage of any talent.
Yeah. Unlocked foot soldiers. Evil-looking Templars, look at them. Goddamn. I have faced Antivan duelists, Ferelden Ash warriors, and Fog warrior skirmishers. When we strip away the titles and tricks, they are simply men who want to see their enemies dead, but need a hand free to manage it. Duelists favor a thinner target over the offensive strength of a main gauche. Ash warriors need a hand to guide their Mabari and a lighter weapon to take advantage of the openings their dogs leave, while Fog warriors rely on stealth and speed too much to use a heavy shield. When engaging with such an opponent, respect his speed. His hands and feet will move a great deal, ignore them. Watch his hips and shoulders instead. First deny what advantage he has in his allies or environment, unless you have trained equally in such matters. Once you control his weapon, overwhelm him. He has no shield, and you need not fear a second blade. If forced to fight in such a manner, you must decide whether you will fight as a duelist, one-handed, or as a chevalier. If the former, drop your back leg away to tighten your center target, as you have no shield to cover your body or second weapon to bring into range. Focus on a quick attack and give ground freely when you cannot find an advantage. If the latter, rely on your Vambrace and Gauntlet as a shield, and try to wrench your opponent's weapon away. My left arm bears the scars of such efforts, but my opponents bear worse. Better still, do not lose your shield at all, but battles are not a place of perfection. An excerpt from a meditation upon the use of blades. Cool. Oh, hang on. Something else in here. Guardsmen. A lot of snake imagery going on. Nothing on that one, but the archers and this one. Cool little snake imagery. Yeah, that's cool. A novice believes his sword of the utmost importance and his shield there to show his family's colors. All scoff at such foolishness, but the older student, thinking his shield a sign from the Maker that he cannot be struck down, is little wiser. A warrior coming away from battle with his shield dented and ripped may be praised for bravery. A warrior coming away with his shield merely scratched should be praised for skill. Remember that every metal shield was beaten into shape and may be beaten out of it. Even a blow that does not tear a hole drives impact through your arm and shoulder, where shock and pain will wear down even the strongest warrior. In a duel against a single opponent, you may seek a quick advantage in taking a blow directly to the shield in order to strike one in return. If you are protecting another, you may have no choice. In all other cases, against one opponent or many, it is better to hide the movement of your hips and shoulders behind your shield, forcing enemies to focus on it rather than you. This is also true when fighting an opponent so armed. Your goal is not the shield, but the man behind it. Circling or locking shields may gain you an advantageous position. Failing that, rain blows upon his defenses until he tires and his guard grows sloppy. If you are neither skilled enough to slip past him nor fit enough to wear him down, you will most likely die. An excerpt from a meditation upon the use of blades. What is, what's... I'm looking at something here. There's like a progress bar on each of these. It's not on the artwork, so it's definitely here. Is it like the more you defeat of a certain enemy type, something happens? Because there's definitely some sort of progress bar going on here. I can only see it on the wraiths so far, though. That's interesting. There must be something to do with like defeating certain enemies. Maybe it yields more information about them or something. That's cool.
Excuse me, have you seen another Inquisition scout? Elven woman, answers to writs.
I really like that you don't have to engage in dialogue directly and it just happens when you're walking past them. That's awesome.
You said your friend hasn't reported back.
Well, she was supposed to be checking on some apostates. I'm on duty here, or I'd go look for her.
I'll talk to you later.
I like that there's a lot to do in this sense. Like there's just like your Inquisition or people that are out in the field and you're just kind of walking past them and getting help and stuff. Like, it feels very natural, which is quite nice. Depends how much you want to explore, I suppose. Kind of funny that sprinting...
This would make a good place to camp.
I know. Sprinting makes combat start for characters. Solus is like, quick, barrier.
Nothing to report, sir.
Inquisition camps. Once established, Inquisition camps allow the party to rest, refill potions, and regenerate health, change party members, and fulfill requisitions. And they serve as fast travel points. Nice. We're also getting power quite a lot, which is nice. We're at power 3. Power 3. Okay. Inquisition camps. Lovely.
Nothing to report, sir.
Alright, mate. Acquisition potions, cool. Standard stuff. Set up a camp. It's nice. I like that. Damn, there's so many more rifts. It says strange bedfellows. That's the scout on duty. Delirium. Okay. Just when you think you're like, man, this area is big, and then it's like, it just is going to keep getting bigger, apparently. The Hinterlands is a grower, not a shower. Dwarfson's Pass. See enemies. Wow. This is amazing, because going through this area in Dragon Age Origins, right, like, you go to the main locations and sometimes you'll like engage enemies on the road as you see your footsteps as you're traveling from destination to destination. But this game, I know that this game also has fast travel, like go straight to the Hinterlands from Haven and stuff like that, but it's so much more open here that it feels like, instead of it just being like the footsteps of traveling from destination to destination, you get to actually travel there yourself. Just comparing Dragon Age Origins to Inquisition in terms of the feeling of an open area is pretty cool. Go away. Do that. Oh, I guess we'll check out the strange bedfellows here because it's nearby. This game also keeps like getting my curiosity because I'm like, ooh, what's over here? Ooh, what's over here? Anyone want a Canary battle axe, Solus? Do we have like a Yes, we do. We have a limited inventory space, so I guess I need to watch that. And then we can upgrade our inventory space, I remember. Walking up a tower. Oh, and then it just... Okay. Can I mark this on my map? And set it as my active quest. Okay. This is obviously the most important thing for us to do right now. Winter Watch Tower. Search for the missing Inquisition. Oh,
Templar deserters.
There you are.
How'd you like that, asshole?
Boom.
Naughty.
Earning the frozen one alive.
If not for you, I'd be dead. Do you need anything? I should probably report back.
Someone did die.
I think it's time you stopped playing the wounded party with me, Varric.
Ignoring the times you actually wounded me?
I did no such thing. I questioned you and then brought you to Haven so you could tell your story to the Divine.
Oh, what then? Thanks, Varric. We believe you. See you around.
Do not pretend to be an innocent bystander. I could have done far worse, with full justification.
Oh, yes. Thank you for not torturing me. I'm so much happier now.
Okay, so when you're in an important area to search, your mini-map is also like, search, please. So this isn't just a random body in the field that you just go, huh, you can actually investigate it.
This is a mage.
Eldredda, yes. I think that was her name. At least I'd heard other apostates call her that.
Oh. Oh, hang on. Ah.
It looks like someone was having a picnic.
Yes. The mage must have been hunting for blood magic. The Templars attacked the apostate. I suppose I just got caught in the middle.
You want to tell me what's going on here?
The truth. I may have been, passing time with Eldredda.
Do you mean it's a travesty that she died, or a travesty she was passing time with her?
You were trying to find a moment's peace in the midst of this war.
We yes. At first she was just a mage who saw me and didn't attack, but later So, are you going to report me?
Ha! You can... Cool. Just like in Dragon Age 2, I really liked that you could bring your companions' opinions into the mix.
Look, kid, if you can talk an apostate out of her pants in the middle of a war, you've got a gift. Use it. Make contacts, get information, and help the Inquisition. Do that, and our lips are sealed.
All right. I can do that. And thanks for going easy on me.
What was that? Agent acquired. Okay, that was a weird little cutscene. I really liked this because you could completely miss this. Like, you just save her and then you can go straight back to the worried scout. But if you don't search this, you miss out on the entire context of like why she was even out here. And I really like that it's like if you use the search function, you actually check out the environmental storytelling, you engage with your curiosity. You're like, oh, why is there a dead body out here? You can actually get more story and more like context for what's going on. So I really appreciate that. That's cool. And then you get to bring your companions in to gain their approval, to get their opinions on the matter. And then apparently I've gained an agent now, which is cool. That's great. I like that. Because otherwise you could completely ignore that and just go, okay, guys, I'm going back to the scout now. And then it seems that there's there's just a lot of exclamation marks that pop up. This is giving me anxiety. The thing that can tend to overwhelm me in an open world scenario is when there's so many icons and it just goes question marks and exclamation points and point of interest, point of interest, point of interest. And I do love that the world is so filled out, but I think what I really like is I will praise Elden Ring's approach so much, because Elden Ring has such a beautifully crafted world, and this is obviously a game that's come out much later and has made some significant changes to the open world formula, which is much appreciated. So we're comparing, you know, different eras of games here. But to use that recent game as a reflection on this one is something I really loved about Elden Ring. Was it was like the icons on the map were the ones you placed yourself outside of like an update that added NPCs to the map. I could add points of interest myself, but everything else was like whatever you discovered. And that felt so much more natural because that world, it's built in a way that makes you want to actually explore all of the nitty-gritty details to it. And even then you'll still miss things. And then this game, and it's not just unique to this game, this is sort of the open world thing, is like, look at all of these icons, and it gets very overwhelming. And instead of being sort of this world for you to naturally explore, it becomes like, all right, I'm going over here and I'm going over here, and it becomes like a checklist almost. And it's kind of a hard thing to deal with in open world games, especially when you're recording a let's play, because you've got to think about sort of low points and engagement, you know. You there, I need to keep you engaged while also being engaged myself, and it's a whole other thing for me to juggle. So like I said, we're getting our feet wet in the Hinterlands right now, and we're just kind of getting a feel for things. I expect maybe as we get into more of a routine, maybe there will be certain explorative elements that get cut out of the episodes, whether it's just running back and forth between areas or, you know, just stuff that isn't really necessary to be shown. But points of interest, obviously, we'll be exploring together, and we'll have that shown. We're just seeing how this game even works in the first place right now. But I am enjoying it. But if you start running every 5 meters and there's like a new question mark and a new exclamation point and a new point of interest, we'll get lost. We'll get lost in the sauce, and we'll be here forever. So we'll try our best. The good news is
I know you. They call you the Herald of Andraste for what you did at Haven. But are you? The Maker has not told me.
The good news is I'm very interested in all the points of interest right now. That's why they're called points of interest. Something that's kind of bugging me a little bit, though, is there's like some characters that like their idle animation like resets. There you go. As soon as I spoke about it, they like stand there and then they go. I don't know what that is, but it's weird. And it's annoying.
I honestly don't know myself.
As I suspected, stories of you mastering the rifts are just blind heresy.
No, I can seal rifts.
Then prove it. Show me that the rifts bend to your will, the will of the Maker. Show me the power you wield.
All right, Ananias.
This cult. What are you doing out here? What is it you think is happening?
The Chantry has fallen, and shown its imperfection in doing so. The Chant of Light was a lie. It was arrogance to think that mortal lips could frame the Maker's will, and so we wait in silence. The Maker has opened the sky. Soon he will call his chosen back to the Golden City.
Wow, okay. They think that it's the Maker that's opened the sky? Okay.
Until later.
Until the Maker brings you back to us.
Okay, so there's a rift in there. Landmark, okay.
I suppose it only natural that some would turn to worshipping the breach, if only in hopes of appeasing it.
Oh, that's really interesting. A cult springing up worshipping the breach, and they think it's a sign from the Maker? Strange. But also I get it. Now I can claim this. Sorry guys, I found it first. It's mine! I love that there's different viewpoints on what the rift means. Lornan's exile. Arl Tiranan, Garen's eldest son, came late in the Arl's life, and there was much hope for the young man to follow in the footsteps of his successful father. Unfortunately, Lornan Garen proved to be profoundly lazy in his youth, more interested in spending his father's money than tending to his lands. In frustration, the Arl ordered a fort constructed in the mountains. He sent Lornan there, stating that his son could return to Redcliffe only when the bandits that lurked in the mountains had been brought to heel. Accepted history says that Lornan reformed, routed the bandits, and returned to Redcliffe a changed man. Whispers in the family, however, suggest that the man who returned to Redcliffe was in fact a soldier who bore some resemblance to Lornan and who fought well against the bandits in the mountains, while Lornan rested comfortable in his mountain keep for the remainder of his days. Interesting. Thinking about Redcliffe, by the way, and like Arl Eamon and stuff like that, Arl Eamon would be up there a decade later. I wonder if he's still up and kicking, or if he's in a wheelchair or something. And that makes me think, gets me thinking about like Connor and stuff as well. I think Connor was like a 9-10-year-old boy. He'd be an adult now. I wonder if we'll get a reunion with him if we check out Redcliffe Castle.
The faithful will be lifted up.
What am I looking at? God, there's so many icons.
How did the Maker bring you to these hills?
Hello?
About what caused the explosion that killed the Divine, my lady.
How do I get... Need this gold. More than anything in my life, apparently.
When the rebel
It's in this room.
tried to get out. No sense staying
Speak
away
not
from
the
the
chant
Damn
of
it.
life.
I'm getting stuck between people everywhere.
Imperfect. My lady, your father would not want this for you.
And now...
My father is gone. He wants for nothing.
Oh my god. Okay. So much.
I hear reconstruction is progressing well in Kirkwall.
I know things are bad there.
I wasn't trying to...
You weren't trying to remind me how bad it is in Kirkwall, so you decided to talk about it?
about its recovery.
What you're talking about are the buildings, and even that will take years. People don't recover so easily.
True. Oh, that's the rift. They're just chilling out so close to it. How are you guys not all dead? They're just hanging out by a rift. They're like, hell yeah, dude, the Maker gave us a pretty light show.
So do you not feel the pull of the Maker in the signs in the sky?
Oh, Canary Buckler. Is this a new shield for Cassie? Cass, would you like a new shield? No. Oh, yes. Yes. I mean, it looks kind of crap. The Griffin shield looks so good. God damn it. Give you a kite. There you go. There's your kite. Have you got any better weapons, actually? Hand hammer, Ferelden Captain Longsword, Raider... Oh, the hatchet. There you go. You got an axe. There you go, babe. Gotcha. I like that Bianca is automatically, like, purple unique item, and then we can just upgrade it, because you kind of just know... you kind of just know that you're never going to give him another weapon. Forgot to read this, I think. Varric's crossbow is a marvel of dwarven craftsmanship, clearly the work of a master. However, she bears no smith's mark. When asked how he procured the weapon, Varric has a few claims. He could have won it in a game of Wicked Grace against Paragon Branca, could have been a gift from a mysterious old beggar who disappeared into thin air, and it's possible he bought it off a crooked merchant in Kirkwall with the previous owner's hand still wrapped around the trigger. None of those explanations is very likely, and continued questioning simply results in Varric grinning and walking away. Okay, he's got multiple stories that he tells about its origins, which is funny. Love that. I've crafted my own weapon, but yeah, we'll keep that on for the willpower. Actually, should probably give a new thing to Solus, shouldn't we? He's got barrier damage bonus. I'm assuming because he's got frozen spells that his cold damage would be like better to do, but at the current point in time, maybe I'll just focus on better DPS.
Much about that. I know the Mages and Templars want to kill each other. I think the Maker wants me to find someplace far away from them.
Am I supposed to be... Oh, maybe it's above. The exclamation mark doesn't state... Oh, hang on. I think it's on this level. Yeah. Lord Barand.
Excuse me. While you were coming up, did you meet a young noblewoman with blonde hair and pale green eyes? Lady Velena should be here. We need to be together when the Maker comes.
Where would your friend be?
She is my love, and she should be here. I wrote to her weeks ago. I know the path up the hill is dangerous, but surely the Mages and Templars would not trouble a young lady.
I don't think you understand Templars, sir.
I'm sorry. I can't help you.
Please, if you meet my beloved, tell her I am waiting.
Why does goodbye say sorry I can't help you? That's weird. It gets added to my quest thing regardless. What am I searching for in this place? This thing. Bottles of Thetis, Vintnine, Rowan's Rose. Delicate to the nose, comfort to the tongue, and strangely, a half-remembered whisper to the ears. It is described as, and inspires, a wistful spirit, a vintner's opus. Okay. Cool. I'll take the fast way down. Interesting statues. Alright, let's take out this rift. Let's prove to this cult that we're amazing. Look at these things. They're so weird. Hiya! Oh god. It's prepare for the next wave. The effects of the rift are really cool though. Yes! Get disrupted! Oh, at least there's no damage to myself if I cast it. Oh god! I think the terrors are so well designed. They look so creepy. They look like terrors. So you... Ooh, everybody reacted to that. If they think that it's the Maker who opened it though, wouldn't they then feel like we're like a heretic or something? Like the opposite of the Chosen? But I don't know, we'll see. They'll be like, why are you closing our light show? Why are you closing our party gate, dude? What do you guys think of that, huh? They're all praying to me now, look at that.
Peace to you.
Let's go check in with that chick. Anais. Oh, hang on. That's you, isn't it? Yeah. I'm like, I recognize it. I'm like, why are you walking away? Hello?
Maker's tears. I was a fool to have doubted you. How may we serve you?
Why are you walking
Herald
away?
of Andraste.
Stay still. Oh, will this be like Agent Gathered? Help the refugees, spread word of an Inquisition, and listen and gather information. Help people.
Have your people help the refugees.
As you say, Herald of Andraste. Some few will remain here. The rest will go forth to do your will. When the Maker calls you to your great purpose, remember that we served you.
Okay. How much power do I have now? God damn. All right. Power 7. I was like, oh yeah, it'll probably take a while to get like 4 power to scout the... Was it Storm Coast? I've almost got enough power to do the other one. does power go away when we use it, or is it like a permanent level? I guess we'll have to check that. We'll go back to the table and have a look. I just looted someone's personal locket just to sell it.
Peace to you.
Oh, there is a flashing something in here. Book. Queen Asha of Antiva. There are those who believe the tale that Antiva owes its independence to the looming threat of the crows. Yet this story, largely spread by the crows themselves, is no more credible than the promises of a market stall huckster. For the truth of the matter, we look instead to the Palace of the Kings in Antiva City. A grand statue of a woman in Ravani royal garb towers over the entrance, her watchful eyes keeping sight of everything happening within those walls. Asha Sabira Bahadur Kampana, Queen Mother of Thetis. When the matriarchs of Ravane arranged the marriage of Princess Asha of Aisley to King Alonso Campana of Antiva, it went unnoticed and unremarked by their contemporaries. The eyes of Thetis were on the wars of Orlais and Navarra. The marriage of a minor princess of Ravane to an almost powerless king was beneath their consideration, yet this wedding was, in retrospect, perhaps the most important event in Thetis' history since the blackening of the Golden City. Queen Asha was a skilled tactician. Seeing the military ambitions of Tevinter, Navarra, and Orlais, she concocted a plan. Antiva was too prosperous to escape its neighbors capable of fending off its neighbors' avarice, yet had no means of raising an army capable of fending off both Tevinter and Orlais without impoverishing the kingdom. If she was to safeguard her people, it must be through measures stronger than steel. The queen spent decades making alliances in the ancient Ravani way, marriage. She wed her many children and grandchildren strategically into noble houses across the continent. Within 30 years, Antiva was so well connected that any hostile action against it would force half the nations of Thetis into war. The blood of Queen Asha runs in the veins of the Empress of Orlais, the Prince of Starkhaven. That's Sebastian, isn't it? The King of Navarra, and 7 of the Dukes of the Anderfels. Even some magisters of the Tevinter Imperium have ties to the Antivan royal family. Asha's web of blood ties forces the most of the continent to remain at peace with Antiva or risk terrible consequences at family dinners. That is great. Because I think all that we've been told about it so far has been the Crows story. I think we've been told some other things about the Antivan royalty. But that is very clever. Sebastian's the Prince of Starkhaven, isn't he? I believe so. He's got Antivan blood. That's the most exciting thing about him. Heavy adventurer armor. I don't know how exciting watching me climb ladders and loot stuff is, but picking up the codex entries is obviously definitely worth it. Like I said, we'll figure it out.
You bear the mark of the be well.
Okay. Like I said, we'll figure it out as we go along.
Peace to you.
You bear the mark of the sky. You honor us.
Oh, okay. That was it? Cool. Quick, push him off. Yeah, no guard railings. Just wish to go as high as possible. I wanna be where the people are. Standing high in the watchtower. Ooh, what is that? Who's making a totem to a nug? What is this? That's strange.
We must have done enough to draw the attention of the clerics by now. Shouldn't we meet with them?
That didn't really sound like you. That was weird. Take mosaic piece? 12 mosaic pieces. Okay. God damn it. Now I need a random... Does this get added to my map? Love weights. Okay. If I've got to find a mysterious 12 mosaic pieces somewhere, this is gonna be strange. I'm gonna quick save, and then I'm gonna see how much fall damage I take. Nice. I can't see my health. Oh, I didn't take that much damage. That's fine. Nice. Oh, kind of worth it. I'll just fast travel to a camp if I need it. Alright, let's get out of here. So if I click on a camp, I can just go travel. Yeah, let's travel there and we'll pass the news back to this one. Yeah. Traveling.
Nothing to report, sir.
When you fast travel, you heal. Useful.
Damn it, Ritz, where are you?
I rescued Ritz.
I found Ritz and rescued her from an attack by the Templars. She's fine.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking the time. It's dangerous out here for everyone. I'm glad the Inquisition is trying to put things right.
No fucking worries, mate. Alright. Gaining power and influence in the realm. It looks like we've got multiple things going off in this direction, so let's do that. Who cares about Mother Giselle? I'm just gonna run around and do everything else first. Where's the music? Why am I'm just alone with my own thoughts out here. Ooh, it's creepy in here. Hang on, creepy vibes. We got a cave. Nice. Okay. Got bones. And a cave entrance. What's going on in here? Oh my god. Kill it! Kill it!
Goodbye!
Oh, she's so aggressive specifically to like killing nugs. Like, die! Goodbye!
You know, not every dwarf likes caves.
Okay, Varric. It is a smuggler's cave, though. Do you like this cave? It's so dark in here. Alright. Anyone got a light? For some reason, it's really dark. Almost as if there is no natural light in here. I'll make that lantern a little bit more powerful for me, please. I need like the bowl of light spell. Bowl of light follows me around. Oh god, how many different weapons are inside your corpse? A letter found on a dead dwarf. I need you to check a cave up in the hills off the path between Redcliffe and Haven. If you can get past the mages and Templars, it's worth it. Purest vein I've seen so close to the surface. Anything to say, Varric? No? Okay. I assume that gets added to the map somewhere. Yeah. Open a vein, which is near a bit of primeval red lyrium. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Get it. I miss being able to click on something to loot it from a distance. You have to be like kissing it to loot it now. Oh, hello, fellas. Yeah! I've got the upper hand on you. Get him! I love the sound effects of my cool spell moves. God,
The fighting between the mages and the Templars has cost too many innocent lives.
Okay. Yeah, I love it. So, cool sound effects are always very enjoyable. Zoom. My little lightsaber staff. Yeah, very satisfying noises. What is that? Hello. Get the man with the levitating book. He's a danger. He's panicked. He's running away. He's running away! Wait, someone else is attacking him. Who's that? Oh, it's literally Templars versus Apostate Mages. Duh. Rebel Mages and Templars. That's cool. And then we just kill all of them. Gotcha. That makes sense. It's almost as if that's the core conflict of the game. Letter found at a noblewoman's corpse. My Lady Velina, I know you're frightened, but the light in the sky shouldn't scare you. It's the eye of the Maker, finally coming back to take the faithful to the Golden City. Leave your father's servants and come up into the hills, away from the pointless fighting between the Templars and Mages. Let me introduce you to Speaker Anais. She'll explain everything. We'll be together and happy, waiting for everything to be right in the world. Oh. Oh no. She died. Oh no. Your love. Look at this stone carving of some sort of snouted creature. A huge snouted creature. It's actually a nug. Back in the day, in a different age, nugs used to rule the world and they were worshipped with giant stone statues. Let me ascend this hill, just... Let me pull a Skyrim. Let me get up there. Alright, we'll go check out the Agrarian Apostate, because that's nearby, and then we'll head back to that spot. Oh! I slipped and fell and just twisted my ankle. What are these? What's that? Fennec Fox! Oh god, never stood a chance. Never should have come here. Oh, I unlocked the codex for the ram, true. I unfortunately have to kill animals to get their codex entries. Next time I see a Fennec, we will deal with it. What's going on over there? It's like a rift cave. Rift at Dwarfson's Pass. Oh, that'll be going through to that. Go over here. Sorry, Fennec, I need your codex entry. I'm sorry that you had to die so I could read. Okay, I also need their fur anyway, apparently. Creatures! Oh, that's cute. My dearest and best father and lord. You are strong and fair, and obviously the most handsome Arl in all of Ferelden. Huh? I want a Fennec. Please, please, please get one for me. I saw a picture in a book that Bridget was carrying for Master Fergal, and it is the fluffiest and most delightful creature I've ever seen. The book says they live in the mountains and eat voles and repulsive things like that. When I get mine, I will feed it only nice things, like cake and pearls. Please, please, please send someone to catch one. I really need one right now. Ruby wants company. It's not my fault. Primmy and Bobble broke. Don't believe anything Eileen says. Please, I promise I will spend no more gold on silks this month. It's too cold. Anyway, your most loving and obedient daughter, Habren. A note from Habren Bryland to her father, Leonas Bryland, Earl of Southreach, written in the 31st year of the Dragon Age. Reports indicate that Habren did receive a white fox as a gift from her father later that month. She promptly lost it down a well. God damn. Let me put that child down a well. Is it not weird? Is this sentence not strange? It makes me feel weird. You're the most handsome father. Yeah. Weird. For a second I was going to make a joke that I thought it was like a Dragon Age sugar daddy scenario, you know, because she's the dearest and best sugar daddy ever, because you only have one father. And then when you're calling your own father handsome, I'm like, okay, this has got to be some sort of sugar daddy arrangement. But it's not. It's just weird. It's just weird. Please give me a fox. You're so handsome. Cool. Ram. Mountains. Mountains. The ram is a marvelous creature. Its wool makes the best lining for winter coats this side of the mountains. The horns and bones can be crushed into powder and mixed with the soil for a healthy crop, or charred and ground into ink powder. The hide makes a good cover and a window against the winds. You can burn the dung in a pinch, melt down its fat for candles. I haven't even mentioned the meat. With a full-grown ram, you could even make a stew big enough for a village and have enough left over for a week. So there'll be no more complaining about being paid in sheep for your work during the harvest. With that ram and a few ewes, you can start your own flock. You're lucky to have them handed to you instead of needing to go and tame a wild one. Listen to your father for once. Take care of those animals, and they'll take care of you. Letter from a Ferelden farmer to his son. Spellbinder. Yeah, this is cool. I like that there's a lot of snake stuff going on here. Mortalitasi, interacting with spirits in a serious, even intimate undertaking. The Spellbinders, as they call themselves. Oh, hang on. You see what I mean about when you click on a codex entry partway through, and then when you click on it, it's not at the top. It keeps, and it looks like this is at the top. I confess myself troubled by the rise in mages binding multiple spirits to a single object. Among the Mortalitasi, interacting with spirits is a serious, even intimate undertaking. These spellbinders, as they call themselves, bind many simple spirits, usually to books or other easily compartmentalized objects set with runes, and they have stripped the interaction with spirits of its importance, reducing it to a mere mechanical exercise. That such a magic is useful to the spellbinder, I do not argue. Although the power contained in these objects is difficult to focus, the diffused magic can easily distribute energy across a broad area, augmenting the mage's allies. The spellbinders insist that no individual spirit is capable of breaking their bindings, and that the spirits cannot cooperate well enough to effect an escape together. Furthermore, they maintain that because the bindings are all tied to the spellbinder personally, there is no risk of these enchanted books falling into the wrong hands. Still, the books are in their hands, and I am concerned. Although the practice has spread across most of Thedas by now, it seems to have originated in Tevinter. These mages bind spirits and demons too readily, and it is not natural for spirits to remain in this world for any great length of time. Like justice, that's my first thought, our Maker placed the veil between our world and the Fade for a reason after all. Who are we to second-guess his wishes? Perhaps I have grown more reverent in my old age. An excerpt from Life Among the Dead by Enchanter Rodamonte van Heigel, senior member of the Mortalitasi. Got some Navarra lore in there. That's cool. Nice. I gotta say, every single codex entry that we've read so far has been really engaging and awesome. Very well written. And I think that there's a lot of newly written things so far as well. Because Dragon Age 2 had some repeats, but Inquisition seems very fresh, which is awesome. Hello? Who's around here? Should we get the drop on him? Oh, where am I? Oh, I've just teleported? What the fuck? I cast the spell and like changed location. I was gonna cast it and then jump in on them. That's fine. Oh no, and there's the ring. God damn. Oh no, hang on. We need that ring because they're the ones that stole it from the farmer. For some reason I thought that that meant something else. And a letter. Templar encampment. When the Tevinter Imperium said that mages should rule over man, the just rebelled against the unrighteous decree. When the Circle said that mages should be allowed to consort with unholy spirits without care or consequence, the just rebelled against the unrighteous decree. Now the Lord Seeker tells us to withdraw to Val Royeaux. My brothers, I tell you, we are the just, and we must rebel against this unrighteous decree. Our battle must continue until no mage draws breath. Cast aside these cowardly shackles and join us along the river of the West Road. A letter written in a crisp and educated hand. Okay. Here's the thing that I'm grateful for, though, is when we pick up something like that, we know where we look at on the map, which is nice. It does show a new location, which is cool. I'm happy about that. So it's not like fucking guesswork. Like, where do we have to go? Let's check this rift out. We're just kind of going with the flow, whatever's nearby, and then we'll head back to people that need us in a sec. Try and avoid these people. We need a fight right now. I'm gonna check out this rift instead. This is our fight. Get down from there, don't jump! Boom. Is there... Oh, there's an enemy up there, that's why. Can you get down, please? I'm trying to fight you. What's this? Annoying? Get your ass... Oh. Get your ass down from there. Bastard. You're making me climb up to get you. Cruiser? Yeah, Cassandra did. Now I have the high ground. Terror talents. It's over, Rift. I have the high ground.
Dead!
Oops. I love the effect, like the sound effect of my spinning my staff around. Damage.
You know what I like about you, Chuckles? Your boundless optimism.
It's comforting that whatever qualities I lack, you'll invent for me, Varric.
No, really. Why else would an elven apostate help crazy chantry folk close a hole in the sky?
When you put it like that, I must concede your point.
Excuse me? I thought Maplehawk's name was Chuckles. You can't duplicate nicknames just because Hawk's not here? I swear he called Hawk Chuckles because we're the humorous type. Did he not? I think he did. Called someone Chuckles. How dare you, sir? That feels like a betrayal. One extra grenade, so I don't even have any grenades right now. The rally ring is for a warrior, naturally. That, will you? I should probably give my people hats and stuff. Oh, that's nice. Warrior only. Common heavy armor. That's cool. Dude, the armor just looks so much better in this game. It looks awesome. I may as well give you a hat. No. It's not like we can see it, so that's nice. Oh yeah, I should give you that. Looks alright, that mercenary coat. I'll give you the better apprentice armor. I don't know why I haven't done that. Plus 6% magic defense. There you go. And we'll give you a hat too. Like an adventurer hat with a little feather on it. Varric, would you like a little Templar scribe cowl? There you go. Perfect. Nobody can have this yet. Oh, I thought that was a cave entrance. It's funny how misleading that was. It was naught but a rift. I thought it was a rift blocking a cave entrance, which would have made sense. Oh, here's our cave. We're going to a cave. Well, I was pretty close. There was not a rift blocking a cave, but there's a little barrier blocking a cave. Any ideas, guys? There's some red lyrium down here, that's all I know. Barriers can be destroyed with enough of the opposite type of elemental damage. Ice barriers can only be damaged by a mage's fire attacks. Interesting. Well, that's a lie. I'm damaging it with my electrical staff. The game lied to me. I mean, fire attacks did more damage, but I still did it with my electrical stuff. Ash Warriors Refuge. Oh shit, that's not total regions, that's only regions in the Hinterlands. I was about to make a comment saying, oh man, we've already discovered 5 out of 29 regions. That's not as big as I thought. And then I saw the main title that said regions in the Hinterlands. Oh, yep, okay. Shit, that is large. That's a large one right there. Yeah, put them poison arrows to work back. Oh. Let's investigate the demonic cave. Wait, there's this... It's a fucker in here. Get him. Get him. Get the magic man. Actually, I don't think my attacks are reaching him. Nice. Give that staff to you because it's got barrier damage bonus. You can have that. I'll have the lightning staff, I think. Yeah. I lose out on my willpower, but that's fine. See, now I don't look like a mage anymore. I just look like a warrior that's got a spear. I'm just a woman with a spear. Picking up a lot of Drake stone. That'll come in handy at some point, I guess. We have creepy skull-filled urns. Oh my god. The vibe of red lyrium immediately. You're just like, look. It's terrifying. It is. Look at that. Barrett, get away from it. Wow. Hello. So he was like, purest lyrium vein ever. Like, yeah, it's evil.
Red lyrium, and a would-be miner, I believe.
Nice. Hey, yeah. Does it have a health bar or what? Oh, maybe I gotta go right up to it, don't I? Right, I gotta be making out with the thing to interact with it. Hello? I'm clicking on it. Oh my god. Am I stupid? What do I do? It won't let me. Hang on. Am I missing something in here? Like, is there a how to interact with red lyrium? Am I doing it right? You know, it'd be great if there was like a search function in the codex, if I could just get something specific. Red lyrium. Do not go near it. Do not attempt to destroy it. Most importantly, do not attempt to use it. The game wants me to, though. I can't talk to my companions out in the field, so I can't, like... It's literally a quest. Oh my god, there's so many quests. Destroy the primeval red lyrium deposit. Locate and destroy them. Do I need grenades? Do I need to, like, actually get explosive with it? Is that why it's, Okay, I guess we have to come back. Maybe I need something specific, because clicking on it, it seems like I guess it's grayed out. I might need something to actually destroy it. Well, I guess it's marked on the map. Well, I'll revisit this one later. It just is not letting me interact with it. So I don't know. I assume maybe I need something to blow it up. Let's head back to Winterwatch, and I'll inform Barand of Velina's death. Skirt past these archers. Ready? Stealth mage. Stealth mage. No! I'm stealthing. You haven't seen anything. I do not wish for an engagement right now, sir. Easy. Oh. Oh. See what I mean? Like that. And I'm so enticed, you know? I'm like, well, what is it? What is the question mark? What could be so exciting about it? And how do I get up there? Seriously, how do I get up there? I don't have my mountain I didn't pack my mountain climbing boots, dude. Oh, I might get up this way. I found it. There's only one way up here. There it is. You carefully laid out path for me. There you go. It's up here then. Body. Loot the corpse. Grandma's cabin key.
That crossbow is remarkable, Varric. I am surprised the dwarves have not made more of them.
And Varric just ignores him. Brother, I have fled the circle, but I want no part of this mad rebellion. The Templars and my brethren have both gone mad, and their war has torn apart the very sky. Some of the other isolationists suggest fleeing, and I shall follow their example. It has been too long since I saw you, and it cannot be safe in Haven. If you can make it past the bandits and demons, join me at grandmother's old home northwest of the crossroads. With your blade and my staff, we can get through this together.
The woman who made Bianca would rather that not happen. Wars are bloody enough as it is. A crossbow that fires this far and this quickly, with so little training, every battle would be a massacre.
Indeed. I am surprised, not disappointed.
Oh, that's cool. The dialogue pauses when you're reading. Okay. I accept that. Saga of Theodore Brightaxe of our mother. The 4th stanza. Theodore Brightaxe, Thelm gold-handed, battle brought with blade and axe, Thelm in mail and shield of silver, shining sheen to turn attacks. Blade of dragon bow, now blooded, warrior throats wrung raw with cheers. Theodore stands, her bright axe blazing, legs still weeping battle tears. Bright the axe of leaf-eared lover, laughing lady of the skies. Fire flares as Thelm gold-handed, honey-tongued, repeats his lies. North to warmth and golden cities, whispers speak in dreamers' ears. Silver scorched the lyre flies, on ravens' beaks the dream unwaking. Interesting. Okay. You get lore when you claim the land. Gotcha. So it's a cheeky little landmark, I suppose. So fall damage is inconsistent, because I fell down from a tower and a ladder and took 69 damage, and then I fell from like a shorter height and took even more damage last time. I took 145 that time, and that was just, I guess, grazing my hands. You know how grazes hurt more than cuts? I'm like, ah, my hands, as I'm sliding down the cliffside. Wait, where am I? The wrong way. Let's head back to Barand, shall we?
A Templar, I believe.
A letter found on a dead Templar. Elendra, I don't know how this will reach you, but with the last strength of my shaking hands, what else could I do but write you? Whether it be the magic of this cursed breach or the Maker punishing me for abandoning my vows, the end is coming. The terrors are with me more often than not. I came up here to try and find some peace with these believers, but the platitudes they mouth are cold comfort. If my mind falls to demons or my own darkness, I fear that even a weakened Templar will cause too much harm. I took a draught of bitter herbs. It will be over soon. I wish my weakness had not stopped me from meeting you. With your phylactery, I knew just where you were, but the madness of your side and mine was too great a gap. Maker save you, stay safe. You need no circle if you carry it within you. Love, Matron. Phylactery is a vessel, often a glass vial, containing the essence of a magical being. The Circle of Magi and the Chantry use small phylacteries filled with blood, taken from apprentice Magi to track down mages that turn apostate to flee the wrath of the Templars. Before an apprentice passes his harrowing, his phylactery is kept at his home circle tower. Phylacteries of first enchanters are stored in the White Spire, an Orlesian circle, and the Templar Order stronghold. Vials belonging to legal yet powerful and controversial mages are kept in carefully hidden caches in remote locations. For anyone but a member of the Chantry, tracking one down is all but impossible, quite literally like trying to find a needle in a hay farm. Interesting. Okay, another couple of quests to find. Aquamarine. Okay. Creepy. This feels so very fleshed out, which is nice. Like there's just so much going on. A lot of people's lives all just going on outside of our own, which I think is really great. So there's just so much for us to potentially engage with here. And I think this war sort of backdrop between the mages and the Templars makes for a very interesting world to navigate to. Get just such a significant political drama. Where's this fella? Lord Burand.
Lady Velena should be here. We need to be together when the Maker comes.
I found a woman's body down the hill with a letter on it.
This letter... Velena is dead. But we were meant to be together. The Maker would not keep us apart. What am I supposed to do now?
Oh God. Well, I'm not going to say that.
The Inquisition needs men who believe as strongly as you do. Come and help us restore order.
Yes. If waiting here in the hills leaves innocents to die, then I will bring the Maker's word by the sword. My men and I will lend our strength to the Inquisition. Thank you.
Yep. Here to recruit every single sad boy to the Inquisition. Something bad happened to you? Join the Inquisition. Each Inquisition rank unlocks access to perks for the Inquisition, which can be purchased at the war table. Nice, dude. That's pretty good. Alright, we're gonna fast travel here, so we can return the ring.
We're the Templars. They don't care who they kill anymore.
I found this ring on a Templar I killed.
This is it. Praise to you and the Inquisition for giving my husband justice. It won't bring him back, but his spirit will rest easier now. As will mine.
Nice. We got Solas under Cassandra approval. Varric doesn't care. Alright, that's nice. This is probably short enough distance to just run. Check out the next thing. Threat remains. Okay. Well, considering that we've done everything just a little bit to the south here, and there's more up to the north and the northwest, I guess we'll do the threat remains, and we'll have a chat with Mother Giselle. However, running a bit overtime today, or close enough to it. Big episode, and I have a feeling that this playthrough is going to have many big episodes because of the sheer amount of stuff to do in this game. So before I investigate a burning buildings, I can see that there's enemies nearby. I'll take this opportunity to bring this episode of Dragon Age Inquisition to a close. So we've dabbled in the Hinterlands, and we've been able to check out a region of it. We will meet with Mother Giselle next time, and then we'll head back to the war table with our newly acquired power and influence to see what we can do at the war table. So thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Dragon Age Inquisition. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.